Hey guys, before I get this video started, I would like to give a shout out to my friend Mason. You guys should go subscribe to his channel. It's called XRG Madness. It's really cool. He does live streams like on a pretty consistent basis, a little bit more consistent than my videos are, or have been lately. And you should go check him out. He makes some pretty good videos. Really good. They're like really high quality, and he actually gets to use live stream footage from his PlayStation 4, so like he has like really high quality videos, not like me recording off a TV screen from my PlayStation or whatever. But yeah, he has like HD PlayStation 4 straight off the TV footage. It's great. You guys should go check out his channel, XRG Madness. I will leave a link in the description. But now, let's get into the video. Hey there guys, how are you doing today? I told you I would be making a video eventually. Now is eventually. Now, for those of you who know me, you will know that I love music, especially classic rock. Pretty much anything that came out in the 80s. I love, or even the 70s, like, my favorite band is probably Aerosmith. You know, almost anything that came out in the 80s has a sweet spot in my heart, because that's what, back before music just became mediocre and kind of bland, in my opinion. Music is all subjective, so you don't have to agree with me about anything, it's my opinion. But I do think that music was way better back in the 80s during early rock and roll. That being said, however, one of my favorite artists in the music community, and he kind of invented a whole genre of music. He had rock, and punk was starting to form back then, and you had some jazz and smooth kind of music. But this man created a genre almost, well, not really single-handedly. He created a genre, and that's something really impressive and something many musicians strive to do. The man I am talking about is Alfred Matthew Yankovic. Those of you who know me, you would know that I love Weird Al. A lot of his songs, almost all of his albums, and as you can see, I got his first album in the mail literally 2 days ago, and I've had his latest album, Mandatory Fun, for quite some time, since it first came out. And I've always found Weird Al's parodies extremely hilarious. You know, he's known as Weird Al, the king of parodies, for a reason. He's won 2 Grammys, I think, for music parody, and he's just great at what he does. He was the original parody singer, and something that kind of kept him, you know, to his own, it gave him his own identity, was his accordion. Usually people would play with guitars or drums or saxophones, but no, he used an accordion, which was not really common back then. And his parents either were gonna give him accordion lessons or guitar lessons, and they signed him up for accordion. And that ended up getting Alfred not really being able to be in his friends' bands or anything, but if it wasn't for that, he wouldn't be in the position he is today now. He ended up seeing the right people, and he ended up making one of his most, he had a bunch of different songs, and he sent them in, but his first successful one was My Bologna, and then his first television debut was Another One Rides the Bus, which is a classic for Weird Al fans. That being said, I have been doing some research about, you know, the albums and stuff since I purchased the first one. I was like, hey, maybe I'll start collecting them. Weird Al has 14 albums today, from his first self-title to his recent one, Mandatory Fun. Now, he recently released a squeeze box which has every single one of his albums. I didn't buy it because it's kind of expensive, but he released a squeeze box that has every single one of his albums. It's called The Squeeze Box: The Complete Works of Weird Al Yankovic. And the reason he released that is because he's not going to be making albums anymore, guys. Now, hold on, he's not retiring. He's still making music, and he's still going to be doing plenty of work. I don't even think he's 60 yet, so, yeah. But I know that's really sad for all you die-hard Weird Al fans. It's hard for me, too, because I love collecting albums and stuff. I'm not really big on digital stuff, but I'll leave a link in the description for the article below, because I was doing some research, and I found an article that told me that Weird Al's not going to be doing albums anymore. And Weird Al himself even said that on Twitter, that he's probably not going to be doing albums anymore. He said he'll be looking around for jobs, but more than likely he's not going to be doing, albums anymore. I've said that for 3 times now. Like I said, he's not quitting music completely. He will be making singles on digital. He will not be making any more albums again. Yeah, so he's doing stuff digital now. He's doing them on singles, and he seems enthusiastic about it, and that gives me hope. It makes me happy, because George Ergasudis, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, says that the DVD format or the album format is starting to die out. And that actually has me worried, because, like I said earlier, I love collecting albums. It's pretty fun to do. And I'm not really big on digital, because you get singles most of the time, and Weird Al said he's just going to be releasing singles now. And it would be easier to get singles, because you can get digital stuff, like, anywhere. You don't even have to buy it. You can go on YouTube and listen to it anytime you want. But it doesn't have that authenticity to me. I like the feel of something in my hand. I like collecting stuff, not having it on my phone. That'll probably break in a couple of years anyway, so. Yeah. But Weird Al, he even said that it'd be easier to do with the genre he's in, because he has to make parodies and stuff all the time, and he said that 99% of the time it's not even good, and the 1%, it takes him a while to make it, because he needs to actually, sand out the edges. So, it's nice to have something that would benefit Weird Al more than what he's doing right now, but I will miss the DVD, or the album format. I really like collecting albums. I don't know. I'm weird. But I'm just going to call him George, because I don't want to butcher his name. His claim that the album format is dying does have me worried, because I prefer albums. But I do understand the reason for digital. It's just easier for people to access, and for you to get your music out there, and people to listen to it. Yeah, so. But which one do you guys like better, albums or buying things digital? I prefer albums. And I've been a fan of Weird Al for many years, and I'm glad that he's making a change. He's doing something a little different, and who knows? Maybe it won't be permanent. Maybe he'll, I don't know, whatever makes him happy, whatever works best for him. That's what we want. We don't want to bring him down for switching to something that we don't exactly prefer. We want Weird Al to work best in the way that he needs to work best. And that is the most important thing I have to say. So, what does this mean for the future of music? Well, we won't have albums for too much longer. I think I've even heard some things about DVDs dying out and albums just going out and everything just going digital. And I don't really like that, but what are you going to do? Change is something that happens to everybody. It happens to everything. Sometimes you just got to learn to accept the change. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.